And that's it, boys. We're live around the world. How's it going?
Good afternoon. We're me and Brett are joined on our usual Monday morning spot with the Whiffin twins, who, as we say regularly on this show, you should go follow on all the social medias such as YouTube and Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
But unlike me, who just does YouTube, these guys are actually more talented at swimming than they are at YouTube, and that's not a slight at their YouTube. It's more of a, you know, how impressed I am by their swimming. But between the two of them, they're like the best two Irish distance swimmers ever in history. You know, they're the only. I mean, you're both under 15 minutes short course, which I think you're the only two Irish guys under 15 minutes. And you know, more recently, Dan went over to Stockholm, to Sweden, and done some rather impressive swimming with a 14:34.9 1500. Which,
damn! Jesus, that's quick.
Which I think the most impressive thing about that is it's making me and Brett excited about distance swimming, which, you know, who would have thought, eh, Brett?
Mate, who would have thought? I tell you what, last time I got excited about distance swimming, I was standing on the pool deck in Fukuoka, 2001, to watch Grant Hackett destroy that 1500 that he did at the World Championships. Boys, you ever watched that swim?
I don't think you can't. I've watched his. I watched it when he had the world record when he went 14:34. Was it that? Was that when it was?
I think that was. That's when he got it, right? He got it in Fukuoka, 2001. Yeah. Classic swim. But anyway, hey, listen, congratulations, boys. Take the floor for a second. Tell us about this incredible swimming you guys have been doing.
Yeah. So, well, we could start off with preparation, I guess. So we did 2 weeks before Stockholm. I went to Irish. Nathan was fully rested for that, and yeah, it was pretty decent. I just basically swimming through the meet, and Nathan went pretty fast. Yeah, I got some big. I think my biggest PB was like 10 seconds in the 800.
Wow!
So
wow!
Pretty happy with that, because I only got into distance swimming a year ago because genetics. I thought
you couldn't sprint. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I did like to that. Now we don't have any twitch, so probably the person you ever see off the blocks. But and then we had the Irish, and then 2 weeks after I went to Stockholm, Sweden, where I kind of knew I was going to be fast, which was I'm happy going into. I had some times that I wanted to go, and yeah, I mean, 2 of my races I was very happy with. One of them was like okay. The 800 at the end of the meet was I thought I'd be faster, but yeah, I'm still very happy with the swims.
Yeah, well, good stuff. Now, listen, the swimming's great, but I got some twin questions. All right, I got twin girls that are 14, just about to turn 15. They're about to, and I'm still trying to figure them out. So I need some twin help. All right, we're gonna have some twin questions here, Sonny. All right, so listen, so can you two read each other's thoughts or feeling? Can you feel what the other person's feeling?
Yeah, so no, not really, but I guess see when you say I think of something, or like I think of a song, you know, like Nathan could probably end up like singing it, you know what I mean? It's like kind of weird. Or what was today? Sometimes we just do stuff in sync as well. That's kind of a bit freaky, but
wow.
I feel like we can say if I'm watching Daniel swim or he watches me, I like try telepathically say something to him, tell him to speed up.
Really?
Yeah.
So he's in the pool swimming, you're on the side of on the deck, and you're trying to telepathically get in his head, are you? That's fantastic. How were you raised? Were you raised where you had the same bedroom?
Yeah.
How long up until when? Like, how long did you have the same bedroom for?
We moved to Dublin when we were last year of school, well, 18. We moved to the National Centre in Ireland, and that was when we like stopped sharing a room, I guess, 17-ish.
What was that like for the first time? How strange was that to actually be in different rooms for the first time?
Well, we were still in the same house, so it wasn't that strange, but it's a lot better. I mean, I prefer not sharing a room. Yeah, but I guess we got our own space now. And then I guess also it's kind of weird because before COVID, we never spent time apart. And then I think it was before the Olympic trials around December time, I think, wasn't it? November, December. Nathan wasn't allowed to swim in Loughborough, but I was because I was I had like you had to get a certain time to stay swimming, and so I think we didn't see each other for 4 months or something like that.
Wow.
So that was the longest. So, but it was kind of good preparation then for going into the Olympics because then he wasn't going to be there. So then I had a practice basically.
Yeah. Now, do you feel like you have different personalities?
Yeah. Nathan's like funnier, I guess.
Oh really?
Probably more serious.
Oh yeah. You guys notice it in each other as well?
Yeah, I guess. I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Sonny, you got any twin questions here?
Yeah. Not really. I've been enjoying your twin questions. We have got some questions in the comments though that are more swimming related. Brett.
Okay. All right. One more question here about twinning. Were you in the same classroom? Did you have the same teacher and up until when?
We still have the same teachers. We do the same course in university. So.
Oh, really? What are you studying?
Computer science.
Okay, so like there's even similarities there. Do you guys like the same food?
Well, I'm the chef, so I make it all. Yeah.
Oh wow! So you have to eat whatever he puts in front of you.
Yeah, that's it.
That's classic. Now, are you two competitive with each other or not?
Yeah, well, I guess we were really competitive when we were younger because our parents wouldn't let us do the same events. That's why Nathan's only just started doing distance training now because I guess my parents, we decided when we were younger, Nathan does backstroke, I do freestyle. And then IM is like a flash where we race each other and fly where we race each other. But yeah, we are very competitive. Nathan's just been moved up to my distance squad in Loughborough. He was in the one below before. And like this morning was my first training session, like because last week I had a little break of a week where I didn't do that many meters, but this week I went full back in. This morning we were racing every rep. Like,
oh really?
It was meant to be like clear swimming at like 130 heart rate, and we were just going at it for the whole 2-hour session. So yeah.
We're getting some good questions come in here. This is the first one from Oliver. What's the easiest way to tell you apart in videos?
I don't even know. We used to have different color hair. Label had. You know, I've got a tattoo on my forearm, but you can't even see that probably in videos. Maybe I should put name tags up for some of the videos to see which one's good.
See, my twins have different haircuts. So, but you guys have very similar haircuts and very similar Why'd you go with the same glasses? Couldn't you at least choose different glasses?
Yeah, our parents already made us change, have different glasses, but I think we went to the shop there like a year ago. Like we both like the same kinds. We just chose them. We're making it harder for people.
Yeah, serious. You're making it real tough. Now, here's another one. Do you have two passports, Irish and British, or Irish only?
Yeah. We have both, but I really only use my Irish passport. Yeah.
Why? Something against the British?
I just haven't renewed it. We swim for Ireland, so you have to use your Irish passport.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. All right, there it is. There's some twin questions. We got through all the twin stuff. Pretty good. Yeah. Pretty good. I like that.
They have twins as well.
What's that?
Ben Titley has twins as well.
Oh, right. Ben,
them as well.
That's right.
You had that conversation literally the other day, Brett. With Ben.
With Ben. Yeah, that's right. That was last week. Yeah, he has got twins as well. Yeah, a lot of twins out there. It's crazy. But listen, mate, it still freaks me out when I look at my twin girls. So this was the story with my twin girls. So we had the same room growing up, but they had separate beds. But one of them would always go into the other person's bed. So like I would close the door. They'd be in their beds. I'd close the door. I'd come back 5 minutes later, and Lily was always in Yasmin's bed, and they were like curled up next to each other, all the way up till the age of like, I don't know, they probably still do it from time to time now. To be honest, like they have separate rooms now, but I'm sure they probably still sneak in and just sleep with each other at times. It's just like this comfort thing. I don't know. Did you guys ever experience that? But between the two girls, it was very loving. You know what I mean?
I think maybe when we were younger, maybe. I don't think so now, but no, we still live.
Well, he makes you food. He makes you food now, so that's loving.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
He technically pays me to do it.
Look at this. Look at Swim Nerd. Swim Nerd says he's a twin and he's married to a twin.
Did we
So
know
really
this, that Nate's a twin?
I knew Nate was a twin. I didn't know he was married. Well, I guess I knew he was married to a twin. I just didn't remember it. Wow, that's wild.
There's two of it. There's
A lot of
people
twins
that-
out there.
My girlfriend's also a twin.
Oh, is she really?
Yeah.
Oh, do you have a lot of twin questions for her? Like, do you ask her twin stuff?
Not really. People just love this. Is the twin question that everyone loves. It's just the do you ever try and be the other person, like SB's asked
Oh
here?
yeah.
I'm going to guess
well,
you
we've-
haven't bothered doing this.
We've done it in school, but not in swimming. I think swimming, I don't know.
That's
Maybe if I swam Nathan's 1500, it might be a bit noticeable now, but I think maybe we might be similar in a couple of years, I guess. But
Give us a school example. What'd you do?
like
swim-
swap classes, because sometimes we were in different classes, but we just swap, or like I didn't turn up to one, Nathan went instead, stuff like that.
Was this like prearranged? Like you two had a little agreement here? Hey, let's swap classes today and see what happens.
It was a nightmare though because I didn't have a clue what was going on. We were doing it.
Oh, I
But
love
we
it.
do
That's
get
classic.
picked up all the time. But normally, I got a good story actually. We were in Edinburgh at the Edinburgh International in like March, and our national performance director was there for Ireland, John Rudd, and he thought Nathan was me, and Nathan just went along with it
For like 15
for like 15 minutes. And then I went up to John after the race, and I was like, "Oh, what did you think of my swim?" And he was just like, "I've already told you."
Little bastards.
We've been told not to go along with it anymore. We should tell it to people if we're talking to the wrong person.
Do your parents ever mix you guys up?
Well, I don't think my dad does it, but I feel like my mum just accidentally calls me Nathan, but she knows I'm Daniel most of the time. Kind of
Oh, right,
all the
yeah.
same with Nathan.
Yeah. I do that quite often.
I know Andy's having a nightmare at the moment.
Yeah, our coach, he's struggling to tell us apart, I think.
Oh,
Because we literally wear the same goggles and same hat and same swim trunks. But
Oh yeah, you can't do that. Come on, give him a chance, guys. Jesus. Oh, that's classic. All right. Let's get into some swimming, Sonny. I know you're chomping at the bit here. Let's do it. Do it.
I still wanted to keep going with some of these questions just quickly, like maybe rapid fire through. But Tom G asked, are you going to altitude again before Worlds? Andy Manley took you guys up to altitude recently. Good positive thoughts.
Well, we won't be going back before World Champs, but the next time we'll be going back is in October again.
Okay.
But and maybe we do 3 in the Olympic cycle. I'm not really sure
We're
yet.
going to Turkey. Though.
I'm going to Turkey, Gloria, in June. So we do our warm weather training camp instead of going altitude again.
And then Seta Collie.
And Seta Collie as well for a meet too.
I mean, going straight into it because Lewis has asked, but I'm talking about swims that have been going on this weekend, but the Berlin Open's been happening in Germany. And so these races here, I mean, you boys can agree, probably the biggest depth in distance swimming outside of a world meet, right? Like, I think 6 guys under 15 minutes in the 1500.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's like, I think fourth place or fifth place in the 1500 was 14:45 or something. And I mean, Florian did go 0.02 quicker than you, Dan. And Lewis has asked, do you think you can beat him? I know the answer, but you can tell us.
Yeah, 100%. I think this could be really exciting World Champs, especially because of this big, there's so many good distance swimmers. I mean, the only problem is, I guess, with the German Berlin Open, I'm not sure if it said trials or not, but as you said, there's 5 of them there going sub 15, but only 2 of them can go. So I guess it's more the top 2 would be Wellbrock and Lucas Mertens. So they're going to be the ones in the race. And then you've got Bobby Fink, who's going to be in that final. Romanchuk, who was also in that Berlin meet. Peltineri. And I guess it's going to be very stacked. And I'm actually kind of looking forward to the race. I've actually never been in a 1500 final long course. So it's going to be very fun. And I'm really looking forward to it.
Hey, here's a question. How do you, once you get to a certain level like you're at now, guys, but especially with that swim that you just popped, how do you get consistency now? How are you able to then say, well, that's something I can repeat, anytime I want it now, rather than just saying, well, that was a one-off, it was a lucky swim. How do you get consistency with that type of level of swim?
Well, I think it also. I'm not very old. I guess I'm probably the youngest in the field by like 4 years.
Right.
And I've got on my head anyway that I'm going to go way quicker than that. So I mean, basically, I look back at my swim from Stockholm with my coach. We took it apart completely to see where we can make time up and go faster to get under the world record. And like as soon as I finished the race, I knew I made 2 mistakes straight away, which I could have gone faster with. But I think the consistency element is that I just have to keep what I'm doing in training up. I mean, what I'm doing at the moment is just like building this base ready for the Olympics next year that I'm just going to keep hitting these times, getting faster and faster towards the Olympics. And then, but I don't know, I'd love to have a race in the 1500 where there is no competition that before going in that you're going to win. But at the moment, especially with a stack field, that it could go either way. So it's going to be quite fun.
Give me a set each that gives you guys confidence that when you swim it on a regular basis, that's your indicator set.
Yeah, well, every distance swimmer does the 3100s. I mean, we still do it, the best average.
Right.
We do it differently, maybe.
Yeah, we do it differently to other people, though. And also, I'll give you 2. So we do the 3100s, where we go like we could either do them all off 140, or we could do a descending interval where you go 5 off 145 or 135 and keep going down.
Mm-hmm.
And then
down to what? What do you get down to?
What is 105? Something like that, 105.
Oh wow, shit. Okay.
Off. And then we also do a test set of a time 3,000 meter, like probably 4 times in our season, to know basically so you can compare times on that.
Okay. Nice. Now, Nathan, you've only been swimming distance for a year. Does that mean by next year you're going to be better than Daniel?
Well, I hope so. Well, at least I get to train with him, so I see what it's kind of like to get close to a world record in terms of training.
Oh, so you're looking at this guy of like, hey, I'm going to keep an eye on him. I'm going to beat him one day. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, I'm already trying to close up the gap already, and we've only been training together for a week. So,
wow, people calling you for the W in Paris already. Look at this.
Well, we won like a podium 1-2 in Paris. I'm not saying which way to go, but but I think, to be honest, I think if Nathan just keeps up another year of training, I think he'll qualify for this Olympics easily. To be honest, I think I know what it's like to train at a certain pace, and we're basically the same, so we know what like training equates to racing. So like I know, like for example, I could give if we did 3100s and he held 58 O's, then you're easily going to qualify for the Olympics, something like that.
Right, yeah.
Sorry,
go for
what was the PB you got in the 1500 at the Scottish short course meet? Was it like a minute and a half or something?
Oh yeah, I think I was 16:20, and then I went 15:57.
14:57.
Oh wow.
1 minute 23 1500 PB in December. So if you want to see the trajectory of Nathan Whiffen, well, you just have to look at that, right? Full of that, and it's game over for everyone.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed that. Scottish short course was quite fun, I thought.
Yeah, you were there as well, Sammy.
I come saw you, yeah. You went 14:11, right?
14:14.
14:14.
Yeah.
Good going.
Yeah.
Good going.
All right, give each other some props here. I want to know the strength of each of you. So, Nathan, tell me the strength of Dan.
I think it's just mostly mental, I'd say. Like, I feel like nobody's got a better mental than
like what? Give me an example of what that means.
Like, if he'll say something, like, I'll give you an example. He told me where So before he qualified the Olympics, nobody thought he was going to get it. It wasn't on the Olympic long list or anything to go in Tokyo. And then is it the Irish Olympic? Who was it in the call room? You said?
I can't remember.
It was something to do with Irish Olympics, and one of the main people was in the call room. And Dan, I went up to him before the race and was like, I'm just about to go get this Olympic time, and then walked out and then did it.
Oh,
I think
nice. I like that.
I've done it a couple of times actually to people, but I don't normally tell people what I'm going to go before. A lot of the time, I just normally say to Nathan, and then.
Do you just know it's coming to you, Dan? You know, you can feel it's coming.
Yeah, I think. Well, I just got a lot of confidence in me and my coach and stuff like that, and from training that I like. Yeah, you know, like visualization. You probably do a lot of this as like a sprinter, but like. Do you ever like dream about your race before you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I do it every time before I like have a big meet, and I always know what time I'm going to go from the dream.
Wow. Like is this dream a week before, the night before? When's it happen?
It can be like, I don't know, the longest I had before was like 4 weeks, I think.
Wow. So you'll just wake up and be like, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's happened like 4 years. I think it's happened. No, it's happened since I joined Loughborough. Like before the Olympics, I knew before the Olympic trials, I knew I was going to go. Before the Olympics, before Worlds last year, and then before Stockholm, I also kind of knew I was going to go.
Think that's crazy. What about Nathan? Dan, tell me what's his strength.
I got. Let me think about this. It's like, I guess the main one I'd say would be like I don't know. I guess he doesn't really give up. You know, it's kind of the same as like a mentality thing, but I don't know. I know that
I'm always up for a race.
Yeah, he won't like say, for example, I'm like the fastest in the 1500 in Loughborough, and the next person's maybe 30 seconds behind. So everybody will just bin it off and not race me. Okay, a lot in training, but Nathan will always race, no matter what. So I like that a lot, and I think it's like it shows that like in a race situation that he would never give up if somebody's pushing the pace or something like that. And I think that's what his strength is, that he just never gives up.
What about this last one for me, Sonny, right here? You're pushing up on a record now that a lot of people say was done by somebody who was cheating, right? Taking performance enhancing drugs. You're pushing up on you're this close to this record. So if you're that close to a record of somebody that was cheating, and you must have some physical gifts. Like physically, you must be a freak. Like you could do some. I mean, I've seen Grant Hackett train, right? I've seen his mentality as well, but like physically, he could do some things in the pool. You must be able to do some crazy stuff in the pool that other people just can't hang with, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean,
we did that 500 set.
Yeah, I mean, I said on the Swim podcast last week, we did a set of 6 500s off 5.
When I mentioned that,
where I held 5 minutes or just under 5 minutes for the whole reps, and like I don't know if anybody in the world can do some of the sets. I don't really, and also I don't know what other people in the world go because nobody really shares the sets at all on what they're going.
We're trying to get them down. We're trying to get all these sets.
Yeah, from what I've been told, that especially my coach, that and also like even the head of like Kev Renshaw, he's a British distance coach. He's coached so many Olympians, and he's said that he's never seen people go that fast ever. Stuff like that.
So you just got a freaky gift.
That was what I was going to say when you said it, but we've got some mutual friends, and they tell me some of the times that Dan and Nathan go in training, and they're mind blowing. Like, I've worked with some good athletes as well, and I remember doing like a set of 400s with Max and Chad last year in South Africa, and I was like, wow, this is insane. Because like Max is a 346 400 freestyler. He raced Dan last week, went 347. Like, he's not a slouch at this event, and Chad beat him on a 400 push by like 7 seconds, and I was like, this is insane what I've just witnessed. And then Reese was like, no. Look at these times with Dan. And I'm like, what? This is unholy. Like, just anything you do, and you do it regularly as well. Like, you're going fast regularly. Like, the times I've seen from you are just mind-bending. Like, Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I always like going fast and training. I always say I prefer training and racing, because training you get so many opportunities to go with these fast times, and racing you only get it once. So like I think that's also kind of like a good secret. If you enjoy training so much, then you get way faster.
Right. Hey, what was your race strategy the other day in terms of popping this time? What was the strategy going in, and how did you execute it?
So I guess, well, everybody has that race strategy of like 3 500s. I guess you split it up into. But I think I've learned from past experiences and races that, especially like, I don't know, for Commonwealth Games example, blowing up at 800 meters from going out too fast. So I think my target this time was to go out at a pace that I felt comfortable and just try hang on at the second half of the race. I mean, I said go out comfortable. I also went on 800 PB at 800 in that race, but I think my main target in that race is just stay in front of Misha Romanchuk for the whole race and not let him catch me back. So I think I got the body length first 100 and then just kept extending the lead, basically.
Oh, I love it. I love it. A lot of people saying that your network is the greatest. Where do people find you, boys?
Well, we both have individual Instagrams, and then we recently made it's called the Whiffin Network. And then if you like put that into abbreviation, it spells TWN,
which looks like twins. That's where we went for that. But I don't know. Yeah, that's what we just do, a load of like photography stuff and that. But I guess our main platform is YouTube at the moment. We're posting every Sunday. And yeah, the Stockholm vlog will be out next week, and it gives you a little insight into my racing. So.
This vlog here was their prep for Stockholm. It's brilliant. You can literally see what these guys are doing on a daily basis. You know, home, pool, gym, great quality. Just got a new camera, haven't you, boys?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Nice.
Give them some love. Actually, talking about world events, but US Swimming had their open water trials recently. Katie Grimes, obviously a great pool swimmer, qualified for that. And also, I'm just reading Nate's swim spam email here, but the open water Tokyo sort of podium was Welbrock, Paltrineri, and Rozovsky. Do you boys think about doing open water? Like, we're seeing the best 1,500 guys doing open water, both women and men's. There's got to be some sort of comparison, right? You swim fast for a long period of time.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to do open water, but maybe not. Well, I mean, I technically can qualify for the Olympics in open water in the pool now. So if you get the FINA A time or Olympic qualifying A time in the 1,500, 800, then you qualify for the 10K as well. So, I mean, I could do the Olympics. I don't know if I will or not. Also, my coach doesn't really want me to do open water. So let's do.
Is the 10K before the swimming or after the swimming?
After.
Oh, well, you may as well, right? You may as well just go and win it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just heard some stories. I just heard some stories about 10K that I don't know. I feel like maybe not this season or next season. So,
what about you, Nate?
Well, I'm only up in the. So I used to do like 55K, and now I'm upping it to what I think I'll go to like 75.
Yeah, 75 a week.
We're to like 75 a week. So I don't think that's I might just stick to pool swimming for a bit longer, and then I'll see maybe when I start getting pretty good at holding 75K, I'll go up to a bit more.
Yep.
Train with like Hector and everybody.
Yeah, we do have a lot of open water swimmers in Loughborough.
Love that show. That's one of my favorite movies.
Yes.
What do we got here? So Nate's saying, how much time do you guys spend creating content?
Well, we need to make sure we have a vlog out every Sunday. In terms of like, I don't know, creating them, we just film like a day, maybe the whole day, and then it takes me like 3 hours to edit a vlog. Nathan makes a thumbnail, and I don't know. So we split it up. I guess I create the vlogs. I'll edit them, put them all together. Nathan will make the thumbnail, and then Nathan makes the YouTube shorts as well.
What do you use for editing?
Premiere Pro.
Premiere Pro. There we go. See, letting you guys in on a little of the tactics. Okay, I love it. Man, distance swimming, hey? There's a lot of names out there these days. Guys throwing times around. I mean, it's a very competitive field these days. Do you guys look at competition? I mean, you just said you kind of wanted to put a body length on him and hold it there. Like, how much of that goes into the race itself? Like, when there's people around you, like you're gonna have the best distance swimmers in the world all racing each other this year at Worlds and next year at the Olympics. You're all going to be lined up against each other. So how much of that goes into the race itself of like, well, I got to keep an eye on this guy. I got to know where this guy is. I got to, like, is that going through your head at that time?
Yeah. So, I mean, going into it, you're going to have a set plan out, basically. You're also going to do your background as well going into the race. You got to know how certain people swim their 1500. And like, for example, Peltoneri will go out hard and try hold on. Bobby Fink will be don't be near him last 50, basically. And then everybody else kind of swims it the same way, go at halfway. And so, yeah, I guess that plays into the part that you got to know before going into it. And then also 1500 is very long, which is I kind of like. It's not like a 50. You have a lot of time to think and have a lot of time to make a move in the race, so it makes it a lot. Well, I think that's why I prefer the longer distances.
Yeah, and at least if you make a mistake, you can.
Yeah,
it's not like 100. If you make a mistake, you're kind of done. Or a 50, where if you make a mistake in a 1500, you can have a bit of time to fix it.
Yeah, and stuff like that. But I guess going into it, you will focus on your own race plan, and then maybe the last 500 meters will be where everybody's looking at each other, something like that.
Right. Okay. So there's rumors. Rumor has it you're doing the 4 medley at Worlds. Is that a rumor?
Nah, I'm not doing. No, I don't really like medley. I mean, I went 4:11 short course in December, but I'm not touching it again. I don't know. My breaststroke's terrible. I split like 1:14 or something like that.
What about this world record? Is it achievable in the 800?
Not this year, I don't think, but definitely in the future, to be honest. From where I want to take distance swimming in my head, I think that needs to go.
Really? Okay. Nice.
Just for people that don't know, that's 7 minutes 32, 3:46, 3:45. I'm pretty sure the splits were.
Oh, that's quick, hey. Sonny, your camera looks good today, man. I can see the blue in your eyes. What are you using?
I'm just using my new camera, set it up. I normally use my phone.
What's the new camera?
It's a Sony A7, same as what the boys use. We've both joined the A7 crew.
Looks good today. You look clear as crystal. I might have to get on the A7 crew.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good life to have.
Let's talk about the rest of the world in terms of what was going on. There was the Australian Championships. Did you guys watch that?
No,
I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it.
No, they didn't care. The Irish boys didn't care about the Aussies.
Yeah.
Are there any Aussies? Are there any Aussies that are in the mix for you, like that can swim?
I mean, Australia's obviously had this great distance background. I mean, there's always going to be one in there, I guess.
Wasn't there one guy that just dropped something, Sonny?
Sam Short is the guy that beat you at the Commonwealth Games last year, Dan. He went 3:42. Yeah.
Sam Short, yeah, him.
Dan's giving no props to anyone. Oh, him, yeah.
Yeah, they got a good history in the past. Yeah, you know Sam Short?
Yeah. I saw the 3:42 and the 400. Yeah, it's pretty quick. I mean, it's 10th fastest or something ever I saw on Swim Stats, but yeah, quick.
Are you trying to get your 400 down, or you could care less about the 400?
It doesn't really matter to me, to be honest. I think, well, it's at 3:44 at the moment, and I mean, I'm happy enough with that for the season, to be honest. If I don't improve on it, it's fine. But I guess I do want it to be in the 3:40s. I think everybody wants to be close to the world record in any event, but I would like that,
yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sonny, keep us going here. Talk to us about.
Just on distance free, there was a guy who went 7:42 at the Russian Championships, a 19-year-old, so even younger than you boys. I'd never heard of him. I don't know if you boys had, but he's probably been banned since before he could have been at any meet to race you guys. So Yeah, but also coming out the Russian champs, we have to talk about Evgenia Chikunova, the 200 breast world record by a staggering 1.4 seconds to go 2:17.5. She is one of the most impressive talents I've ever seen. I was on the Energy Standard team with her. I uploaded a reel a couple of days ago where she done a 25 kick on the board with just 2 kicks. So she got 25 meters with just 2 breaststroke kicks.
Wow.
And people are like, well, how did she break the world record by 1.4 seconds? And it's like, this girl is she's been good since she's 14. She come 4th at the Olympics at 16. It's understandable she's got a big PB, right? We're talking to 2 boys here that are going 1 minute 20 PBs and 17-second PBs at an elite level. And it's not a surprise to me. I'm not joking. Her coach would have a kick for half an hour straight in a streamline with a snorkel where she had to do the minimum kicks every 50 long course. And she'd get like poked with a stick every time she didn't glide long enough. Insane. And it's super impressive swim. 2:17.4, 2:17.5 maybe. Crazy.
So the coach had the stick out. You think you could do that in England? You can get a stick out and poke the swimmer?
It wasn't like a forceful poke. It was just like a nudge. It was just a nudge to say, be better.
No, I get that. But if you had a stick, Sonny, if you're walking around the pool deck with a stick and just kind of nudging Dan and Nathan here, you think that'd be okay?
I'd probably get suspended within about a day.
You guys be okay with the nudge if you're doing a distance set and your coach is just nudging you with the stick?
While I'm swimming, probably not. Maybe at the end of the wall,
get a float out.
But I mean, any world record's pretty impressive, and that one was definitely impressive because it wasn't a world record before that set at the Olympics.
So it was Tatiana Skumaker, 2:18.9 to win Tokyo, and she just dropped to 2:17.5. So just insanity, massive drops. But that's what we want to see. Like, why not just nibble under a world record? You can smash one, hey Dan?
Yeah.
Oh, funny enough, on that, when you're doing a distance set, does Andy or any of the coaches, do they interact with you in any way? Say you're doing like a 3,000 or a 1,000. Do they shout at you certain instructions, or have you used a headset or anything so they can actually, that's a long time to be swimming without any. If we're doing a set of 25s, I can give you feedback every length, like lengthen out or kick a little stronger. But when you're swimming for 20 minutes straight, like how does that work?
I mean, Andy doesn't do any like signals or anything while I swim, but I mean, he might be up and down the pool, just waving me on or whatever. Yeah. But if I'm good, that'll be it. I think kind of just, and especially as long reps, I don't know, the clock is like behind you in Loughborough, so on the wall, so you can just always check off the wall, like looking at a lap counter or something like that. So,
hey Dan, you said you made 2 mistakes in that swim the other day. What were the 2 mistakes?
Well, the mistakes for me, so I'd say that my head position was really off on breathing, and then double breathing and stuff like that.
Oh, is double breathing something that you do in practice when you're tired?
Well, like not really. I try to not do it at all, to be honest, because it's not really a good habit to have. But I mean, I did twice in that race, so I'm just trying to eliminate it completely.
Is there a time, boys, where you're in a race and the pain sets in it and it's at its peak, but then you come through it and past it, and then you're able to kind of kick on past the pain? Does that happen?
Yeah, I guess. So you probably hit this pain barrier in like a race or a set where you're gonna get, and then I think that's where like you can see like who the best is. To be honest, in the pool is when those people who are pushing past that barrier are going to be the main swimmers, I guess, who are going to be up for the medals. I think that's how it works, really.
Man, we've got some boys in the comments section here. Look at this, eh?
Yeah.
Are you guys friendly with each other?
Yeah, I think most, I don't know what it is, but I'm not sure what the quorum's like in a 50 or 100, but in the 1500, everybody's friendly, especially all the European people. I can see Florian here. I mean, he did really well there the weekend. So, as he said, it's going to be a good summer.
So you're not trying to like you're not talking shit in the call room?
No, not really. Everybody's just like, good luck, but that's it.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
come
I heard
on.
that story as well, and I was like, oh, I thought it'd be a lot better.
That's not Bobby Fink. There's no way that's Bobby Fink.
No, I think people are. I think there's some fake accounts in the chat.
Who's pretending? Yeah. Who's pretending to be people now? Like that. That's definitely Florian, but that's not Bobby. Okay.
Yeah. Well, he's true though. He's got that last 50 speed.
Give me your thoughts on Florian. What's his strength?
Well, I've never trained with him, so I can't really tell you. But I guess from looking at races, I mean, he's the main. Him and Peltoner, I guess, and Romanchuk have been on top for a while, and he's coming out with a lot of the wins, and especially he does 10K. He's Olympic champion, and so he's one of those people you just go for ages. So I guess that's the reason why he's so good at the moment, because he can just hold these times.
Right. Yeah. I love it. All right, Sonny, what else we got here?
So let's go to some sprinting. Nathan and Dan did say earlier that you don't even think in sprints; you just sort of dive in and swim, and it's not like distance swimming where they're proper athletes. But we had an Israeli record by Marian Trute. We talked to his coach on this show probably about a month ago. 21.84. I think that's a very nice swim, and also
national record
for him. Yeah, Israeli record. Alongside that, we had Florent Manadou, who we've talked about on this show, get back under 22, which is great to see. 21.9, and he had a really solid 50 fly as well. I'm not sure what time he went, but I saw that on James's story. We also had Benedetta Pilato go 30 flat on the 50 breast. We also saw 22.6 from a Russian in the 50 fly. That's one of the fastest swims of all time, quicker than Milorad Kavic. Quicker than what Kavic went in 09. So that's a pretty mad start. That was the year he went sub 50. We also had some Belgium action going on. We obviously talked to Fred Vergnu a couple of weeks ago on this show. Roos Vannen, I can't say the name. Roos had got 5 golds, and she was, on it. 59 backstroke, 26 fly, 54 freestyle.
Is that one of his girls?
So I think that's one of his girls. Yeah.
Cool. He said he was going to come back on the show and talk about that, didn't he?
Yeah, we'll have to get him next week. And then also, just not actually on results. Oh, Hungary nationals.
Hungary, yeah.
Christoph Milak won a few events. He won the 100 free. He won the 100, 200 fly. He won the 200 free. 50.8, 150. It's crazy, isn't it? He goes PB +2 and goes 152. It's just like insane. Insane. 21.8 from Seb Jabo, the sprinter.
Mate, I'm telling. Okay, here's my thing on sprinting. Dan and Nathan, here it is. Okay, on the 50 freestyle, right? I'm going to give you some guarantees here. Okay, guarantees for the world. Let's just call it the World Championships, because that's the next thing. Okay, guarantee. You want to be top 16 at the World Championships? Guaranteed. You go under 22. That's it. Go under 22. You're guaranteed top 16 at the World Championships. You want to be top 8 at the World Championships? You go under 21.7. Okay, so there's 0.3 there between 16 and 8th, right? So you got that. And then you got your 21.7 crew, all right? You want to be top 8. If you want to be top 5, you go 21.5. Okay, there's your top 5. If you want to be top 3, you go 21.3. Okay, there's your top 3. If you want to win, you go 21 flat. Okay, that's your guarantees. Yeah. So it's as simple as that. Like that it's already guaranteed. 21 flat gets you the win. 21.3 gets you the podium. 21.5 gets you top 5. 21.7 gets you top 8. Under 22 gets you top 16. So if we already know that, you just got to go out there and do it now, right?
Yeah,
simple.
Fair enough.
Simple.
Who do you think will win world champs in the 50 and the 100? Well, the 100 as well. Well, Popovic, I guess, going to win the 100.
Yeah, my money's always going to be on him because I think he's got and now he's got the experience because he's done it before, right? Like he's got the world record. He's already cracked that. He's got the coach. I think is incredible. He's got a unit around him. He's got his family. He's got his people, right? Like it's all set. Like he's put himself in a position to be successful with the people that he's got around him. So I think that's one of his strengths. Physically, he's got the gifts, right? I think his mentality is kind of like what you guys have. Like that mentality is above and beyond the normal sprint mentality. I think he's really got it together. I think he has everything he needs, right, to continue to win. So I'm going to say that Popovich wins the 100 for sure and the 200. Like I think he's got the skills to win both, and he's got the points on the board. And I don't think he's getting any slower, just like Nathan. I think he's getting faster. So I think that, he's the guy to win it. Now, the 50 is different. The 50 is not a crapshoot, but there's a couple of guys that if they're on their game, they could be in the money, right? Like Flo Manadou has proven over the past 10 years that when he's on his game, he can be top 3 consistently, right? Like, so Flo's a guy. You got Ben Proud, who went through and won pretty much everything there was to win last year.
Bruno?
Michael Andrews done it in the past where he swum real fast, and I don't think he's getting any slower either. He's got potential to be there on the US side. But yeah, I think the money is if you're not under 1440 in the 1500, you're not getting on the podium, right?
Yeah, I don't. To be honest, I think it's getting away that if you're not sub 14:35, you're not getting on the podium.
Yeah, that's it. And it's the same in the 50. If you're not under 21.3, you're not getting on the podium. You know, like it's just there's just the where you got to be, right? It's the same in any race. It's like here's your guaranteed podium, right? If you're under 35 in the 1500, there's your guaranteed podium. If you're under 21.3 in the 50, that's your guaranteed podium. Now, there's only a few boys that can be in that discussion. It's not a big group of people. Everyone says, oh, this kid went 21.8 and this kid went 21.9 and this kid went 21.7. That's kind of like going 14.45. Like it's good. It's really good, but it's not 14.35. You know what I mean? Like there's a massive difference between that. And most people would say, well, that's only like half a second per lap type thing. Well, half a second per lap is monumental in a 1500. It's the same in the 50. You're talking a couple of tenths here and there. That's monumental in a 50 freestyle. So there's only a few boys that are in that discussion. The 21.8 crew, if you guys aren't improving, you're going to be a top 16, top 8 swimmer at best. That's all you're going to be. You're never going to be on the podium unless you're down in the 21.3, 21.4 club, right? So
I'm just looking through swim span here, and I don't know if I think we could see people swim sub 22 at Worlds and not make a semi-final. Norway had their first 21-point swimmer with Nick Lear. There's probably been like 16 guys this weekend go sub 22. Like,
yeah, but they only take top 2, right?
I know, but they're all from, like, as I said, now we have Norway going 21, and we have So I feel like we're getting there.
Well.
But yeah, Tom Fannin went 21. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, look, that's what I said. Under 22. If you don't go under 22, you don't have a hope of being top 16.
Nah, we saw how quick World Short Course was, and I don't know. I think we're getting faster now, and I mean that's the same thing to ask you boys. Oh yeah, my boy Ian Ho, Hong Kong, 21.8 in the heats as well, unshaved, unrested. It's 21's all over the shot, and. Someone mentioned earlier, what do you reckon it's going to take to make a 1500 final now? Because that's the first step, going 14, 40, 41, 42 in the heat just to make it back.
Yeah. Hang on, it's one thing to say 21 all over the shop. It's like saying 14 minutes all over the shop. It's not really 14 minutes, you know. Like if you're not going under 14:40, you're not even in the conversation for a medal. So it's like, yeah, there's plenty of guys going 14:45, 14:50, 14:55. Okay, great. That's great. But if you're not under 14:40, you're not even in the conversation for a medal. You're just making up numbers, right? And it's the same in the 50. Like 21.8 is a yawn. Okay, it's a yawn. Like I don't care anymore. There's 50 guys that can go 21.8. There's not many guys that can go 21.3 though. That's a whole nother level of swimming, and that's what I'm talking about. Get yourself in that club. Stop putting yourself in the yawn club. Nathan, come on, mate. Let's get under 1440 here, mate. Put yourself in the conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think to go on the point of when you said about making a final at Worlds in the 1500, I do think though that people always think it's going to be a lot faster than it really is to make it in the 1500 because it's the last day of the meet. So you've got people who do the 15 have always done the 4 and always done the 8 and then do the 15. So then people are tired and then it ends up being around the 14:55 to make it back. But I think this World Champs will be quicker to make, I guess. Maybe we will see sub 14:50, something like that.
Yeah.
It was 14:56 last year. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's the other thing is like what Dan just said. It's tough to do it at the event too. Like it's easier to do it at an in-season swim or at your trials where all the conditions are perfect. But you put yourself in a situation where you got to walk into a call room with, 20 of the best swimmers in the world, and then things start to change a little.
Yeah.
That's what I think. The pressure to perform at that big meet is definitely there. This is true. So Sonny's spitting facts. Brett's just waffling. I mean, that's the best comment all day. Good point. What else do we have? Anything else around the world?
So not results driven, but go on. Yeah.
I was going to say the Belgium Nationals, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I went on a training camp with this guy called Lucas Henvo, and he went to Cal, actually. There swam in the T2As for them. And he dropped some pretty fast times. I know I've trained with him, so I know him quite well. But yeah, he was like 3:46, 1:46. So it's also pretty fast.
He's been training with Tom Rushton, right, recently?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he's been training with Tom and Siobhan and Gregor and them guys over in at altitude as well. There's a lot of results. People have gone altitude and then raced a couple of weeks after and seem to be doing pretty well. So, yeah, he was up in Flagstaff with them guys. But yeah, what I was going to say is not on results. Is we've got a couple of Russian swimmers trying to change allegiances in the news as well. So, distance swimmer Anastasia Kiprachova. Pretty sure is she the world record holder, 1500 short course?
What are you asking me
not
for?
sure. I'm not sure.
I think she's top 3 at least.
Yeah.
But anyway, she's going to try and move to being a French swimmer. She trains in France. Obviously, there's a lot of distance pedigree in French swimming. And then we've also got the backstroker, Mark Nikolaev, who's been training in Australia. He's trying to change allegiance. And I guess it's a bit of a desperate time when you're now a year away from the Olympics and you don't know if you're going to be able to swim yet. You don't know if Russia are going to be able to compete in any capacity. And I guess it's like if you want to give yourself a chance, you might need to change nationality.
You better be careful, though. Those watermelon vendors, the old Popov getting shanked in the side by the watermelon vendor. He was talking about changing nationalities at one stage from Russia to Australia and ended up getting shanked by watermelon vendors. You got to be careful, mate. Don't be putting that out.
Sorry, what?
You didn't hear about this? Popov got stabbed. You know Popov got stabbed, right?
No.
You didn't know Popov got stabbed?
Was it on the podcast?
Yeah, it's on the podcast. Even Nathan knows this. Come on, mate.
I've watched the podcast. I don't remember this story.
Popov got stabbed. Google it right now. Google Popov gets stabbed, and you'll see it pop up. Popov got shanked in Russia because, there's a lot of theories, But I wouldn't be talking about changing nationalities.
I quite like the Popov podcast because he has like documentaries as well on YouTube you can watch on him. They're quite interesting.
Wasn't he like 10 years unbeaten as well? Something like that. In like
10 years what? 10 undefeated?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was. He was the best at what he did back then, mate. He just changed the game, like he took sprinting to a whole different stratosphere, and then he got shanked, and he did. I'm telling you, he got stabbed. I mean, he got stabbed viciously. Like the thing that stabbed him too was the things that cut watermelons, like it had a hook on it. This guy hooked him and got him right in the guts. Yeah. See, look, even Matt knows about it. Everybody knows about the pop-off stabbing. Come on. You guys wouldn't be changing your nationality, right? Like Irish all the way, hey?
Yeah, that's it. I actually just got
we just got a tattoo, actually.
I got a shamrock on my ankle.
Oh, the shamrock. Nice.
Yeah.
I love it.
But yeah, Ireland all the way, I guess.
I love it. Who's your favorite Irish athlete?
Like all time, any
Yeah.
sport.
Yeah.
Well,
Any sport.
Any sport. I mean, obviously, Conor McGregor.
Yes, there it is. That was a setup. That was a setup question. I was going to see if you were going to get with Connor.
Same birthday as us.
Yeah, we've got the same birthday as him.
Same birthday. Oh, triplets. I like that. Have you guys ever met him?
No,
No.
never actually.
Come on, let's get
Maybe
this
in the
organized.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys win the Olympics, he'll be all over you for sure. Absolutely. All right, I think we're pushing up on an hour here. This has been pretty fun. Sonny, you got anything left for the lads?
Nah, I think we've just you don't have to answer it, Dan, but I know you said you had some times in mind for the meet last weekend, but I know you've got a little list of goals. Would you be willing to share any of them or any future goals? I mean, you've talked outrightly you want the world record, but
I think I won't. No, I'm not going to share my time goals, but I mean, I said in an interview that I want that world record, that world championship, and that Olympic gold medal. So, I mean, that's what I always wanted when I was younger. So I'm just going to keep working towards that.
And Nathan, I guess, when are you going to go sub 15 long course? When's the plan to do that?
Oh. I don't think I'll come this year because of me just switching or whatever, but I think it'll come next year, I think. Yeah,
I'm also like, do you have a focus meet for this summer as well? Like, where will you go race and rest again and get after it?
Well, I haven't actually decided on that. I think we're actually talking about that this week with Andy, for me anyway. I haven't decided on where I'm going to race.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We should also mention that there's Len under 23s are in Dublin too,
yes.
so it's going to be a home championship for me. So it's going to be great.
So are you both doing that then?
I'm not.
Nathan's not, but I am. Yeah.
Okay.
Straight after Worlds, I think.
Okay, that's cool. That's exciting.
How come you boys don't sound as Irish as I would have thought? How come you don't sound like super Irish?
Well, we're Northern Irish, I guess, but I don't know. My parents are like kind of English, so
they were both born in England.
in Leeds. So
Okay.
So I guess their accent kind of rubbed off on us, and then we also live in England.
yeah, right now, but
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, normally you'd hear like a really strong kind of like a Connor. Connor has a really thick kind of Irish accent, doesn't he?
yeah, I guess it's the North and South thing though, because Northern Irish people don't sound anything like Southern Irish people. So
What's the difference between North and South? Is there are you guys united as a country, or is it totally split?
it's I don't know the situation. It's like Northern Ireland's part of the UK and Southern Ireland doesn't.
That's
You know
weird,
what I
isn't
mean?
it?
But, yeah, but in terms of swimming, Northern Irish swimmers can choose to either be like compete for Ireland or compete for Great Britain. So you get the choice, I guess.
Wow. You guys say to each other, "What's the crack?"
Yeah, well, not here obviously because there's not really that many Irish swimmers. Well, I guess there is an Irish backstroker who trains with us, and he called Connor, and we'd say it to him, but at home, yeah, he'd say it a lot more.
What does it mean? Tell the people out there, what does it mean?
Like what's going on or what's up? You know what I mean?
What's up? Yeah, what's going on? Yeah. A lot of people in the comments. The comments are blowing up today. Political, religious, black hole bread is going down. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm going down, so let's get out of it really quick. I don't need some Northern Irish guys on me. Now let's get off it. All right, boys. Listen, this has been fun. We've gone everywhere. We've gone into Northern Ireland. We've gone into twins. We've gone into world swimming. We've even had some competition, on the pod. So it's been fun. This has been good. Appreciate it, boys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Tell everyone where they can find you again, social media.
Well, watch our weekly vlogs on YouTube on Whiffin Twins, our channel name, and then you can just find us on Instagram and our names on the screen.
Whiffin Twins. There it is. Yeah, there it is. Everybody get on the Whiffin Twins. Check it out. Good stuff, boys. Sonny, good stuff again. Keep that camera, man. You look good today. Jeez,
I need
look
some
at you.
light. I might need to
Is
get a
that-
ring light.
Is that the thing in the shower you were using as well? What was it? What is
the
that?
One Blade. The One Blade channel sponsor. I don't have one handy. Yeah.
One blade. Yeah. How come you took us in the shower with you on your social media? Was that?
I just have to do what I have to do to get sponsors now. And if that means showering in front of thousands of people, then, you know, that's what I'm prepared to do.
Do you really go to bed with your swimsuit on?
I do.
Wow. Swimsuit guy sleeps in a swimsuit.
I've just got a parcel from Japan. I'm really excited about this. Got some new swimsuits. Just about to open it.
Oh, you're going to do an opening on a vlog.
Yeah.
Has the swimsuit guy ever done 24 hours in a suit, in a tech suit?
Absolutely not. Why would I do that?
I thought you slept in it.
They're so uncomfortable. You know that. Come on, boys. They're so uncomfortable. You know what, actually? Fun fact. I can find pictures of this. I went to, your last day of school, you kind of do fancy dress or wear whatever, like year 11, 16, right?
Yeah.
Me and a few mates who weren't even swimmers, we all put like the 09 bodysuits on and went to school for the last day of school. So I wore a blue 70 for the last day of school.
We did
That
a
was probably
set
about-
in this. Yeah, I've done a set in the 2009 bodysuits. You're absolutely flying them. So.
Come on, tell us times. Don't just tell us you flew. Come
Oh,
on,
I remember it was a long time ago. It was
Yeah.
like 2016, so I wouldn't even know what times I went. But yeah, I remember just fine. It feels totally different though. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Sonny, is there a new jacket suit?
There's a new jacket jam. I think it's called the J Chrono. It was announced yesterday. If Jacket send me one, I'll review it. If they don't send me one, I won't review it.
Will you ask them to send you one?
Yeah, I'll ask them to send me one. Yeah.
All right, let's get a review on here. I want to see this. This is the suit that changed the game back in 2009. So hopefully, you think it's a game changer now?
No.
No. They're not going to send it to you now. You should have said yes. Oh, classic. All right, boys, get back to training. God, you can't take an hour off. Get back in the pool. Distance swimmers, you got to go all day. Let's go. All right. See you, boys.
Catch me, guys.
Yeah.